So you're gonna stream it.
Okay.
We're off to a great
Um,
start.
So hello everyone and welcome to the third official Jibnet Meeting. These meetings are held every single Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Didn't hold one last Sunday, of course, because we were doing a 100-hour live stream during that time. These meetings just serve as a refresher for everyone, kind of commemorating everything that's happened, kind of announcing new events, and letting everyone know what Jibnet is just mainly all about since we have so many new people coming through every week. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. Um, Make sure, sorry, before I start here, um, please make sure you have the YouTube link open so you can follow through the what's it called, through the slides. If a staff member could go ahead and post that link again on general chat room, that'd be great. Make sure to mute that YouTube video so that you don't hear anyway twice. Anyway, who are we? Jibnet is a community of gamers, geeks, and online dwellers. If you're here, you've probably heard that phrase. What exactly does that entail? There's a few things that we focus on as a community. First one, of course, being friendship. You know, a good type of companionship between everyone. Everyone here is extremely close, and we spend a lot of time together. We also have a lot of events, whether they're gaming, social, charity, competitive, D&D, and more. We are always looking for new events. We're always looking for members who can bring events to the table, people who have good ideas. This is a community. We do it together. I think there's like this bad connotation that this is my community or something like that, and it's not. A lot of the things that make up this community came from other people, and we actually hold these specifically so that you guys, along with myself, can create the heck we want to. So if you do look at the rules, for instance, a lot of people have come together to create those rules. The majority of them are actually suggested by different party members or whatever. So all of these events are a collective and also entertainment. You know, we do aspire to create content and stuff. And while we're still young and we haven't got to branch out into that to the extent that we want, we are going to be a lot of things like different shows throughout the week on Twitch. We're going to be having articles, which is something that I'll be mentioning here in a bit because we do have a couple of articles a week. Different segments, streams, of course, videos, and all of this content is shown through our website, our Twitch, and our YouTube. And as stated before, it's something that everyone contributes to. It's something that together rather than by myself. That being said, we do have a vision. We don't just aspire to just be gamers. We want to promote healthy gaming, raise awareness about touchy topics, raise money for good causes, create entertaining content, bring people together, and create an amazing environment for all gamers, geeks, and online dwellers. I don't think it's very easy to kind of push for something if you don't have some kind of passion behind it. And as a person, I definitely do aspire to try and make the world a better place, as do a lot of people who are in Jibnet. So whether that's something that caters to your taste or whether you just want people to play with, we cater to it. So it all works out fine in the end. You know, if you don't want to be involved in the aspect that does raise awareness for touchy topics and stuff like that, it's completely understandable. You can just come in, play games, goof around, whatever it is that you like doing. The community is kind of friendly towards everything. With that being said, we have a very specific structure in Jibnet, and I'm going to start from the bottom and move up. We have the members who are kind of like the backbone of the community. Of course, many of you guys are just normal members, and you guys are basically the most important aspect of Jibnet, that you guys kind of are the ones that create or I guess get feedback on the kind of things that we should do, and you guys are the ones that attend these events. You guys are the ones that are on Discord communicating the stuff. So it couldn't function without you guys. We have honorary members, which are members who don't do anything specific, but they do above and beyond for Jibnet, representing it, whether it's Twitter, like trying to recruit people. There's people who don't necessarily want leadership position or anything like that, but they are outstanding members of the community. We have volunteer staff, which are people who don't want a lot of responsibility, but still want to be able to contribute in some way, shape, or form. Staff member would do. We have moderators who moderate either the Discord or our website. This can include, banning people or who are acting up or just deleting messages that don't have anything to do with text channels, all that kind of good stuff. We have streamers, which that rank is going to be set up to content creators at some point or another, but our streamers for the moment are Eric, mute your so there you go. Streamers, just they're content creators for Jibnet. We have leaders who kind of run gaming communities. So let's say somebody comes in and they're like, I play League of Legends, and they want to meet people who play League of Legends. It's kind of difficult when you have a large community of people to just be able to play that, to not feel like a number. If we have designated leaders for every single game, and those people are in charge of making sure that there's events, that there's all sorts of things happening for that game, and it's easy to be like, oh yeah, hit up Bob. Bob is in charge of League of Legends, and bam, that person is completely officially immersed. That's really good as well. We have public relations, which is a position that we have not opened to anyone. When we do figure that we're gonna have to pay somebody to do like PR. So for the moment, Jibnet staff does it. With Jibnet staff are just the people who don't have a specific role in the community. They just do whatever it takes, whatever's needed. It's people who have a good amount of time on their hands and choose to spend it with Jibnet. So those are all the community roles. Get acquainted with them and stuff like that, and use them to your advantage so that you kind of understand how everything works. So we're going to go ahead and move into this week's accomplishments. It's actually the past 2 weeks' accomplishments. 100-hour stream for like about a week. First and foremost, we got copyright claims for Jibnet. So the Jib, though it takes a while to process, the Jib is essentially copyrighted. So I can sue you guys when you use it appropriately. Yay!
It's gonna be like 8 months.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 8 months. We also hit.
That was so politely devious.
We also had we hit a 1,000. I don't know, for those of you who weren't here during the live stream, we got rated by a man named Kungan. This was our first live stream. Because of him, we hit a viewer record of 1,800 concurrent viewers, which was freaking insane. We hit 1,000 followers on both Twitter and Twitch, which is amazing. I did not expect either of those things to happen. We're able to complete our first live stream, which was a 100-hour live stream. It went relatively smoothly. We only crashed like twice. So I think that's a win. We got 100 concurrent Discord members online at one point, and I did note that. I think it was a bit over 100, but that's insane. And there again, I mentioned Discord record of 100. I don't know why. Let's just say it's for emphasis. That's pretty awesome. The community's growing hella fast, and just seeing that there's over 30 people here right now at this meeting is it's definitely an improvement. It's just slowly kind of inching up there. So we could have a little cheer for our accomplishment. Yay!
Woo.
Ooh, you guys are so fucking enthusiastic.
It's so happy today.
It's so happy. Okay. So moving on from that, I did want to go ahead and mention a few team members. One, Faye Feather, she was the one that's in charge of copywriting the Jib. She just did it, dude. Nobody even asked her. She just freaking did it. Gilly's not here, but I did want to give a nice shout out to Gilly. It's not often that people come up to me with ideas for content creation, and this came up to me for free, and I think they're all really good ideas. One is a Clash of Clans guild that he wants to go ahead and run. So if you do play Clash of Clans on mobile, let's fucking get Jibnet on mobile. That's great. That's fun. Game night, we're going to be starting a Jackbox, Jibnet Jackbox party night. That's where we're going to be playing once a week games like Whiplash and loads of other fun games that everyone can interact in. This is going to be happening once a week. We don't have the time set yet. And another thing that Gilly's going to be doing is he does pixel art on Minecraft, and he's insane with it. So he's doing, I think he said it was like a 10,000 block pixel art of the Jib on his Minecraft channel. So whenever that does happen, I do want as many people as we can to get over there and just kind of like make that the hangout spot for the time that he's creating this, so we could get him some stuff. He is a streamer for Jibnet, though he doesn't have a ton of time to stream lately. He is doing everything he can to get everything set up. He just bought a new computer, everything. But just overall, Gailey for showing great initiative, something that I have not seen to this extent from people. So I do encourage people to show that kind of initiative. Create things, and other stuff. Troy, he's not here today either, but he did successfully launch our first Dungeons & Dragons campaign. Dungeons & Dragons could be something that could be very popular. A lot of good Dungeons & Dragons campaign on Twitch with thousands of people, reaching close to 20,000 viewers during the entire thing. So it's a pretty good thing, and I think it's a good step in the right direction. to do stuff like that, things that are going to cater to a larger amount. Well, Elge, I just wanted to mention you, dude, for maintaining such a strong presence, dude. Like, anytime I log on to Discord, you're always here. And I know you had concerns as to what it was that you were exactly contributing, but I think I can attest for most people here to say that, like, a lot of people like you. A lot of people think you're. I've never heard a single negative thing said about you from anyone. And I think that's just because you're a really cool guy. So I did want to go ahead and do that. And then, a nice honorable mention to My Chan, Walrus, Liam, Reserve Snake, Love of Chaos, Tanisha, Prick, Mori, Crazy, and Jet. You guys got. Well, no, they got the most hours on the 100-hour live stream. There was a lot of people that were 1 hour below, but the list was way longer, so I just tried to go ahead and make sure to mention those. Dean, you did amazing too. You should actually definitely be on that list because I know you
was really active too.
Yeah, I think he was the most active person out of anyone. I'm sorry I didn't put you on there, Dean. Special mention to Dean being sexy. Oh, hey, Littell. Good to see you as well. I didn't know. A ton of you were active. These were just the people that were clocked in the most hours. So everyone else was extremely active, dude. 100-hour live stream, we're averaging 45 viewers the entire 100 hours. Kind of towards the end and towards the middle, going up into the highs because of that raid. We were hanging out at like 500 views for a while, and then at the final, goodbye and giveaway and stuff, I do believe we hit 270 viewers at one point, which was freaking insane. So that's awesome. Moving on from there, I want to give you guys community feedback, and this is gonna structure is always the same in the meetings. After the feedback, we talk, and you guys give me feedback, right? First of all, I want to say unpredictable launch, right? I did not expect the Twitch channel to do that well. Really excited about it, so we do have plans to follow it up. More about that later. The strong Discord presence, like, you guys are always on Discord, and I know that has to do a lot with the fact that it's entertaining being able to have access to so many different types of people to play the games that you want to play and stuff like that, and I want to keep it like that. So most definitely it's important to have that, and you guys are doing it. So I wanted to mention that. I did want to mention about Jibnet streamers, just to kind of like let you guys know that we are looking to fill up with about 20 Jibnet streamers, or no less. So I'm keeping an eye out on that, on people who could potentially good for Jibnet, who have something to gain from it, whether it's viewer or some form of direction. That way we can do something more mutually beneficial. I'm not looking for streamers who are going to propel our view count like insane. We want to grow steady, slow and steady. We want a very slow progression, but progression nonetheless. Reason being is because we're slowly structuring everything. We're becoming more systematic and stuff like that. And if we just had a giant jump, it could ruin the community and what we want it to be. So we are looking for streamers who are a little bit more conservative and who are passionate about Jibnet. I don't want basically somebody coming in and feeling like they own Jibnet because they've contributed to the majority of people. This is a community. So I did want to talk about open communication. This is really important. I've heard of people talking behind other people's backs. I've received messages myself. We have these meetings to remain transparent, Obviously, there's going to be problems with people from time to time, and that's completely understandable. But I do think that it's up to, us as a community to try and keep those things mature. Meaning that if, somebody's being a complete idiot, pulling that person to the side and be like, look, dude, you need to stop. This is not okay. This is annoying or something like that, rather than going off into another channel with two of your like, yo, dude, this person's a fucking dick. I hate him, right? That's drama. We don't need that kind of drama. Just be upfront. Keep communication open. I'm always here to lend an ear if need be, especially if it's something towards me. Don't feel like you can't come up to me and say, yo, this is stupid, or I don't think this is right.
No.
Yeah, please don't feel like you can't do that. I am more than open for constructive criticism. At the end of the day, I care about Jibnet. Not my pride, not, I want to be right. I'm not trying to be Hitler with anything or anything like that. I just want Jibnet to succeed. have feedback, if you have constructive criticism, shoot it my way. More specifically, there was like, I'm not gonna go into specifics. Just gonna leave it at that. I just want to make sure you guys understand that I have the best interest of Jibnet in mind, and I act accordingly. So, a few new rules that kind of emerged from what I've been hearing and from what people have been telling me. You know who you are if you've been breaking these. One, it's channel hopping. There's people who excessively channel hop. They'll go to one channel and be like, hi, and then they'll go to the other one, hi, and they just channel hop consistently, and it's very annoying. There's a lot of people who just want a game to relax and stuff like that. So jumping into somebody's channel, and they're in the public channel, meaning that they're okay with people, please be respectful of that and don't set out to be a Discord. That's the worst thing you could do, because we all joke around, we have a Kappa chat, we all like to laugh and stuff like that, but being progressively annoying just to annoy people is going to get you banned no matter who you are. And I want to put that out there. I know some of you think you're untouchable or that, and for good reason, because we're really close friends or I've known you for a long time, but being annoying needs to stop. Plain and simple. Channel hopping is not going to happen. Another thing I wanted to mention was clan tags. Wasn't really an issue. I actually asked very nicely and I tried to explain it to people, but it seems like some people didn't quite understand why I wasn't allowing clan tags. Clan tags are basically just tags that you put next to your name. One person can, of course, use them, assuming that they're not trying to advertise their company or something like that, because advertising isn't allowed in Jibnet. But when various people start using that, you're creating a sub-community within Jibnet, and that creates segregation, something that is going to be a huge struggle to fight against, is people segregating themselves. The community, we're very tight-knit, and I want to keep it like that. So clan tags are not allowed because of that. It's not because, oh no, it's Jibnet or nothing. It's just because I've already had issues of people telling me, like, I don't feel like I can go into this channel, or I don't feel like this person or this group of people really care, or people coming up and being like, yeah, I only, for instance, I only play BDO. I don't want to communicate with anyone else. That kind of stuff is poisonous to the community, and that's something that I'm trying to stay away from. So anything that kind of promotes segregation, I don't think is a good idea for Jibnet. Now, keep in mind, we have a discussion after this, so if you do have any notes that you're writing down about things you'd like to bring up, just save it for just 1 second. We have private channels now, and I want to kind of explain how this works, because I don't think a lot of people understand the word private. When somebody's in a private channel, don't jump into that channel unless you have permission from the people that are already in that channel. So let's say O'Neal wants to jump into that channel so that he can flirt with OG Rice Cakes. Nobody is to jump into that channel because it's private. It's a private conversation. So leave them alone unless you're like, yo, I want to flirt with OG Rice Cakes too. And O'Neal is like, yeah, okay, you can come in. Then you can go ahead and jump in. But utilize PMs for that. Don't jump into private channels. It's annoying. I've used them on quite a few occasions where people just jump in and it's like, hey, dude, can I be here? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, the private channels are private. Likewise, I want to go ahead and play devil's advocate and say that using private channels too much does promote segregation. I understand some of you are grumpy gamers. I'm kidding. I understand some of you are grumpy gamers, and that's perfectly fine. But we are a community. We are a bunch of people gathered together to try and create something bigger. We all have a vision. And even if you're not, putting all of your efforts into the vision, keep that in mind, that we want to do something more with this community other than just play video games all the time. Like, we do want to try and make a difference. We do want to try and help different charities out, be able to react to natural disasters, that kind of stuff. All this stuff is really important to us. So us being together and us being friends is very important. So use the private channels when you need them. For instance, if you're going to go play a match of League of Legends. Actually, that would be something more for the team channels, which, if you want to know how the team channels work, basically, if you join a team, if you're officially a League of Legends player with Jibnet, you can get put in as a team member, and you'll be able to access the team channels to do stuff like raiding, or you're in an MMO, like, if you're doing stuff that requires you guys to be consistently talking, you want to use a channel that's not going to bug anyone else. So do keep that in mind. If you are about to play, for instance, like Town of Salem, and you're in a chat filled with people, take all of your friends that are about to play it and go into a different channel. But just be wary of segregation and everything. It's really important. And I guess once again to restate etiquette within the channels, um, have fun, goof around, but know the limits and know when people are getting annoyed. Understand when it's not okay, and just try not to be an idiot. I guess like be an idiot, but don't only be an idiot, if that makes sense. You know, like we all say stupid shit or goof around from time to time, but when it gets to the point where somebody has no personality outside of being an idiot, then he annoys everyone. And I get like 30 messages a day, like, yo, dude, this guy's annoying. This guy's annoying. Fuck. I don't want to
I
ban
just
that
want to
guy.
apologize for that ahead of time, everyone. I'm sorry for being such an idiot all the
Exactly.
time.
Okay, so now that we've
Not
addressed
okay.
the elephant in the room, Emil, we can go ahead and go into the feedback discussion. So during this part, you can go ahead and touch up on anything that I just said. You can add new things. If you have your own feedback, if you want to congratulate the community, or if you want to say anything uh, relating anything, now's the time. Don't
Well,
all
it's
speak at
Bearded,
once.
and I know I'm new to the community.
Good to have you, Bearded.
Oh boy,
What are you doing?
that's good. Stop. Words, not clapping.
I'm just gonna. Okay. Go ahead, Bearded. Sorry, that was really.
No worries, it's all good. I do want to say that one is I appreciate all the time you've invested into these weekly meetings. Everyone will benefit from this in the future, and hopefully we can all take something and realize that we need to invest our personal time. It can always be fun. Sometimes it takes some work to make things great. That being said, I want to say that so far, the last week, I've been hanging out with you guys, Elge especially, and everybody else that's been made me feel extremely welcome. It's been an amazing time so far. And I have really high hopes for the community as a whole, and I want to do everything I can do to push that out. And so, if there's anything that anybody needs from me, let me know, and I'll do my best. Thanks.
Definitely. And I do want to mention, we had a conversation earlier today, Bearded, about you and your previous experience streaming in the past.
Are you asking me a question?
Yes, I'm just, getting that confirmation because I had a lot of conversations this morning. Everything's just kind of blending together now. But um, you having that experience and being involved, do you have, if you have an interest in, furthering what Gibnet is,
I've already
we
talked to him
do
about
have.
that. Yep.
Oh,
That's
okay.
actually
Now
something
you
I'm
know
going to
where I'm
mention a
going.
bit later. Bearded is in the running for becoming a Jets streamer. He's interested in it, so it was going to be a bit later, but I can just mention it right now. I was just going to implore everyone to check out Bearded's channel and kind of let me know. Do you think he fit in Gymnet? If it's a good thing for him. Um, so everybody just kind of gets to know him and decide. Hey, good. I try to promote kind of like that kind of community-oriented outreach. Everyone makes a decision collectively, so yeah. But yeah. Anyone else want to mention anything? Say anything at all?
Yeah, I want to just mention how I hate getting rudely interrupted. Just kidding, just kidding. If you guys talked about it previously, that's great, and I'm glad because I also think that you are a really cool individual, Bearded. You seem to blend well with all of us, and I think we need more of that.
Now that we
Hey,
know
actually,
who Yumil really wants to flirt with in the private channels.
Yeah.
yeah. Also,
I wanted to.
Don't listen to them. That is so weird.
Guys, let's try to keep the feedback more
uh,
serious instead of jokey, please.
I wanted
also,
to
hey, I
ask.
just want to add that a few times I was on Discord trying to when we had like a group together and you guys go AFK and you guys aren't on push to talk, make sure you guys mute your mics because we're like having conversations and stuff, and sometimes it picks it up and it echoes and we hear weird sounds,
Um,
and
s-
all that. So
I do want to mention streamers, moderators, leaders, and staff have the ability to move people. So if that ever happens, while it shouldn't, just move them into the AFK channel. Just click their name and drag them down, so that it's not annoying.
Hey guys, my name is Mama had me tested. I'm new here, so I'm listening on the meeting, and I'm an alcoholic. Thank you.
All right,
Um,
Tess.
I wanted to ask if we were going to. I know we talked about the honorary members. Are we gonna like like nominate people later on, or how do you want to do that?
I have a mention about that later.
Okay.
So I just want to put out there with the whole interrupting into Discord, if you are being disruptive or being out, you will be 24-hour ban. And then I think after that we should do a 72-hour ban, and then after that it will be a perma ban. You will have 3 chances.
Agreed.
And there isn't a lot of individuals who set out to do that, but the people that do, that you just like to annoy, fun, you know who you are. And while I love all of you, I do. We're good friends. This isn't about me and my personal relationships with people. This is a question that I was asked: would you ban this person? You know what? I wouldn't be able to ban certain people, but I'm not the only one who can ban. So, please, please, please try to keep some form of composure. There's a lot of people in Discord. There are people who are in high school. There are people who have children. There are people who are monks, I think. I don't know, actually. I'm sure somebody here's something. But there's loads of different types of people. So it's kind of like to keep everyone's best interest in mind, we have to retain some form of respect towards anyone, so that it's not like, oh, fuck, I hate being with this guy, or I hate this person being there, that kind of stuff. So 100% agree.
And with voice chat capacity on this program, it's just kind of a given that we have to be considerate of the noise coming through on the channels. If people are trying to have a conversation and someone just decides to jump in obnoxiously, that kind of ruins the experience. You know, it's like, okay, who the hell is this guy, and how do we get rid of him? You know.
Definitely.
So
that's why we have the push to talk channels and the no push to talk channels. If you are utilizing the no push to talk channels, keep in mind that initially we didn't have no push to talk channels for the specific reason that if we get a lot of traffic, which we have been getting a lot of traffic, there's going to be a lot of random people that don't understand it. So while the other channels force you to be push to talk, the ones that don't, there's always going to be issues where certain things happen. So, just keep that in mind. You know, whenever you do jump in them, try to go ahead and get in touch with a staff member or moderator, or streamer, which they're all listed on Discord. If anybody like just goes AFK with their washing machine grounders.
I wanted to ask you if you have, you know how it makes the noise like when people come and leave in the Discord chat? Do you have that muted on the meeting so that like it's not gonna play or it's not gonna be recorded?
I actually have that muted myself. I definitely implore you guys to delete the coming in and coming out, because that can get really
yeah, it's really
and it's gonna
annoying.
get worse, guys. It's gonna get worse and worse the more people get. So if you go into your settings, I can actually show you in this main.
another on top of that, it's like we might have to come back to this over and over because of the numerous amount of people that are going to
That's
be
fine,
coming
yeah.
in.
If you
But
go,
we got to do it in a friendly way, you know.
yeah.
Try
If
not
you
to be.
look on the Discord. Sorry, email.
Yeah.
Click that gear there. You click voice. I'm sorry, no, you don't. You click connections. No, you don't. Click notifications, and you can delete. You can uncheck voice disconnected. Uncheck user join, user leave. The only thing that I get sounds for are when people send me private messages. If you don't want to be annoyed by that, that's the best way to do it. If you don't mind it, so be it. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, as Yamil was saying, most definitely try to be as respectful as you can to other people whenever you do mention these things. A lot of people have problems with authority. That's something that I've learned a lot in the past week. If you ask somebody something nicely, they're still going to take offense to it, like they're being singled out. So I think at certain points, there's no way to really avoid that. But always try to be respectful and help people understand that it's the rule. Likewise, if anybody's ever disrespectful to a moderator, a leader, or somebody who's trying to get you to, hey, dude, please don't do this, and your reply is something like, don't tell me what to do, or whatever. If you show some kind of negative back to just, somebody trying to enforce like that, and maybe this isn't the community for you. If you go somewhere where shit like that's allowed, because we're not into that. We don't. Just trying to run a good community. Yeah, sir. No, that was you, but you apologize. It's not about you. This has happened on more than one occasion. So.
I also want to say that if like there is any reason that you don't like Jibnet, or there's something that you don't like about it, you can either talk to someone about it, or mean, like you said, maybe this is not the community for you because we can't have people within the community talking negatively about it.
And this is Chance, and I just wanted to touch on some of the points about like the netiquette. Um, I'm the kind of guy just people ask me questions all day. I love it. I love to talk to people. But like if you come and join a channel and you really need to personally talk to somebody individually, like it might be better to pull them aside into another channel, right? So that you're not taking over the conversation point in a specific channel.
Right, that's the primary use of the private channels. Is mainly for one-on-ones. If you know, you see like Chance, OG Rice Cakes, and Faye Feather, they're gaming, and you go in there, and then one of your friends goes in there, and you guys start talking about the My Little Pony episode that came out last night. Yamil might be interested in that, but everyone else there is not gonna care, and you're gonna want to move a conversation like that into a different channel so that you guys can talk about that individual.
I hate you.
Anything else anymore?
Oh.
Go ahead, Kendra.
Oh, no. I wasn't going to say anything.
I just want to reiterate something you said earlier, Sold, that I think people need to take note of is that because there will be many people of all ages, maturity levels are going to be different, and people are going to take offense to things easier than others. Just keep in mind if someone has an issue and they bring it up to you, they're not trying to personally attack you. They just want to help you be able to get along with everybody else. If I'm being an asshole, you can tell me I'm being an asshole. I'm like, all right, you're probably right, I'm being an asshole, but someone else may not be as receiving or welcoming to that kind of a response. So just take note that if someone's younger and they're doing little things that are annoying, or maybe I'm just being a jerk to somebody and I'm being older and someone's younger, feel free to reach out and be able to have a private conversation with somebody to resolve issues in a tactful way. It doesn't have to be
Well
the
said.
big.
There's no way that we're gonna be able to stop drama. There's gonna be drama. Drama's gonna happen, but it's up to all of us as a community to make sure that that shit remains in check. Meaning, if you're in a channel and two people are there, like, oh my god, I can't believe that Thulmerge said that this is a thing. This is so dumb. That doesn't need to be in here. And if you overhear that, you can correct them and then let somebody know that, yo, okay, not pointing any fingers. I don't want to be a snitch or something, but such and such is bad mouthing, doing something in bad taste. I'm the very upfront person. If I hear something's going wrong, I pull you aside and I talk to you. And depending on how you react, I decide whether or not you're going to be good community or not. And I try to go ahead and make sure that the staff that's hired on, is the same exact way. So you'll hear it from me, you'll hear it from a staff member, you'll hear it from everyone. So please, if you have any kind of suggestions, if you think something is dumb, that's so freaking okay, dude. That is so okay. But come and tell me about it. Come tell Elge about it. Come say like, dude, I think this is dumb, or I don't understand this. Can you explain why the hell we can't do this or something like that? And I will gladly tell you. And if you're right, if you tell me something that makes sense, that kind of sounds like a better idea, then I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna say, dude, you're completely right. Let's do that instead. It's all about the good of the community. It's about being pro movement, not pro pride, if that makes sense. You want to do what's beneficial to the community, not what's going to make you look better as a person. I don't set out to look good or anything like that. And yeah, definitely.
I do.
I feel like people just need to understand the difference between having an opinion and gossiping.
Definitely. And gossip is dumb. I actually should. I'm gonna put in a new rule: no gossip, because that's it can be so poisonous.
I was gonna say that I know that we got rid of like the feedback channel, but I think that we should have like a suggestion chat. That way, like if somebody has something that they want to say and they can't get in direct contact with someone, or like they have an idea, like they can put it in the in that chat.
We had one of those before. It's just like people didn't really utilize them that well. We have these weekly meetings, and in these weekly meetings, we always have feedback. I think the best thing you do. I actually have something that I'm going to mention about that also later on, Melissa. I keep a little notepad, like a little notepad on my desktop, and every time I have an idea or I think of something, I write it down in there. And that way, on Saturdays when I go to make my PowerPoint presentations, I go on there and I actually have everything organized in categories. And I'm able to list everything. I implore you to do the same. Keep track of the things you want to say, write them down, and present them professionally. That's the kind of people we're looking for to kind of take leadership position, is people who can document. So also welcome Hadia. Not Hadia. Hayde. I can't tell me how to pronounce it.
It's Hedda.
Edda. Okay, cool. I call you Hadia. It's like so bad.
That's fine. Thank you, baby.
Anyone else? Any comments, questions, concerns? You can say good things. You can say bad things. This is open air. If you want to tell me that I'm a dickhead and that I should die, this is the time to do it.
You're a dickhead and you should die.
I've been waiting for this moment all my life, you dickhead.
You're not wrong.
You're beautiful. I have a question.
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, I have something nice to say. I love you so, and I don't want you to be a dickhead and die.
Who had a
You're
question?
welcome.
I'm indifferent.
Me.
Go ahead.
I think I know the answer, but I don't like assuming. Is it okay, like, to go into general chat and like just say, "Hey, does anyone want to play like this game or this game?"
Most
or
definitely. That's something that I highly encourage. In fact, you could even get in touch with a staff member. The rule is no unauthorized uses of @everyone. If you get in touch with a staff member and say, "Hey, look, I want to play Rocket League, but I can't get a hold of anyone." Sometimes people aren't looking at general chat, but when you @everyone, they do. So if you do have something like that, contact a staff member, and they can @everyone. Hey, is anybody looking? Is anybody willing to play Rocket League? Such and such and stuff. Because we do want to promote people playing various games together. So if you are looking for someone in specific, the best way to reach them is @everyone. I know there's you Nazis that for some reason you can't stand being added. Like when somebody adds, you're just like, what? How dare you send a notification to my computer? I will kill you. But I do think that utilizing @everyone is the best way to get people to understand what's going on, stuff like that. So it's a good question, and I do encourage people to contact staff members to be able to find people to play games with. And staff members, I would also moderators, leaders, streamers, moderators, and staff members can @everyone. So any of them, contact them. Use your best judgment. You know, if somebody's like, yeah, I'm about to play Barbie, Super Barbie Pony Adventure. Yeah, we're not gonna @everyone for a game that nobody plays like ever. But if it's something, you know, that might be new, an indie game that might be semi-popular, or maybe it's not popular, but you know some people play, like something like Tibia. Like I'm sure that the majority of you don't even know what Tibia is, but I'm sure there's probably one or two of you in here right now that have played Tibia or might even still play Tibia. So games like that, is that a disease? Yeah, Tibia is
It's a bone.
So
I want to say,
go ahead.
relative to what Vask asked, and this is something that I'm sure that you'll jump on to, Soul. My concern with that is, you know, when we play something in general chat, you know, there's a lot going on in general chat. It might be, you know, what's the word? With all the messages coming in, it'll just be pushed away, out of sight.
That's the point of @everyone. I know.
I was actually, oh, wait. Besides that, but if someone's not on at the time, can we make like a channel that is actually, you know, Seeking Gamers channel? Because then that's just perpetually there, and if you find people in there, they're all going to be looking, right?
Let's get a happy birthday to Corso first, right before I just.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Happy birthday.
The biggest thing with text chats, it's when we first started Jibnet, we had like 100, and there's no way to organize them. So keeping them to the bare minimum is so difficult because there's always new ideas for new text channels. And trust me, it looks so bad whenever we have too many. So I want to be very careful with stuff like that. Like a recruitment text chat could potentially be beneficial, but the thing is, like, even if you post on there, people aren't gonna see it till like, I don't know, like a day later or a few hours later when you're already done playing the game. So the event that somebody posted, somebody would literally have to be on Discord. @everyone, it notifies everyone. So everyone who's at their computer will click on general chat. I know the majority of you, the second you get added, you go and check it out. /ban Yamil.
Doesn't @everyone's also get placed into the announcements, so they're kind of sitting there anyway, and you can just browse that?
Do they?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They don't. That would be cool.
Okay.
They do get pushed to your phones and everything, so everyone will get if you have the app. One thing that we could do that Aaron suggested is merge food porn and Kappa into off topic, maybe, so we have one less channel there because they don't really get used for what they're supposed to half the time.
I think we're gonna remove food porn. Most people put their cooking, they'll like freaking microwave some ramen and hashtag food porn, and it's like, dude, no. I think we're gonna remove food porn.
So I have an off-topic one and then merge Kappa and food into off-topic.
What's the point of off-topic exactly? Like general chat is for anything. Like one problem that I know we had on the Kappa chat is people started posting selfies. Everyone was just posting their selfies. I thought about maybe having like a community like selfie chat or something like that, but I just feel like there'd be like 5 people that would just post like 10 selfies a day every day, and that's all that would be. And the majority of the community wouldn't even
Stop!
realize
No,
it.
it won't.
Dude, some of you guys go ham on those selfies. You'll be like, just got out the shower. Here's my bar of soap. Selfie. Like, oh.
I think that the off-topic chat is a good idea though, because like
what would be posted in off-topic?
Everything that's in Kappa right now, everyone uses Kappa for anything that they feel isn't related to the general conversation.
Yeah,
so
and you don't want to.
Kappa is like the trolling chat. Huh?
Right,
Yeah,
that's why
I think
off
like
no
topic-
matter
off
what they
topic.
post anything into it, it's not just trolling. If you look in there now, there's some random stuff that isn't even Kappa, and then if you merge Kappa and food porn and whatever
I
else
do
you
want to
then it's
mention
off-topic.
that it is supposed to be staff members, leaders. I'm sorry, it's mainly staff members and moderators that are supposed to clean up these text chats daily with content that doesn't belong in. The whole point of something like Kappa Chat is for people who want to, just kind of goof around for a bit, to be able to go on there and laugh. Haha, that's funny. Kind of like you want iFunny or something like that.
Right. I'd still like I think that the off-topic channel is a good idea because you don't want like general chat getting spammed too bad because people have like normal conversations in general chat and then they go to Kappa chat or food porn for like random stuff like that. But having an off-topic would clean up the channels and like anyone that just wants to goof off or something like that, they can just they can go talk in that channel.
Okay.
Because it gets hard to like read conversations or have conversations with people, or like groups of people in general chat because you have to like scroll through everything.
So
and
you
then,
just
like,
kind of
people post
want to
random stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Listen,
saying. Is like I feel like
the
that
way you-
would kill general chat. Definitely.
No, but the way you're not seeing it, Soul, is that if you can't post it in general and you're saying, look, it's supposed to, and you don't want this in general, then people go to the Kappa chat. But if it's not meant to be in Kappa chat, where's it supposed to go? Where can you talk about it?
Okay, there's
If it's
certain
not
things
topic, then
that
there is.
I don't want. One, selfies are extremely scary for me. Starting to post your face on the internet. Let's say you're a 14-year-old girl, and there's like I don't know, like a pedophile or something, and we don't know. And now he has a target because he knows, like stuff like that. I don't want people posting their personal shit on the Discord first and foremost. I don't want people posting pictures of them shirtless and like all that kind of stuff. It's just I don't want that in Discord whatsoever. And
You're just taking
That's a
precautions, is what.
yeah.
exactly. So it's like what belongs in Kappa chat is troll things, like things that are funny, and what belongs in general chat is any other form of conversation. Dank memes and stuff like that. If you could specify what kind of conversation would go on off topic, because what it sounds like is you guys want somewhere to be able to talk, but you can do that in general chat, and you guys do it in general chat. In fact, most of the times there isn't a ton of stuff going on in general chat. There might be like a few people saying good morning, good night, a few people talking, and every once in a while it might get a little bit crazy there. But it's never that bad in general chat.
I think like off topic would be good for stuff that come in with like links and things that like blow up the chat, like send it skyrocketing high up, like all the memes that when people are just kind of like in a spamming mood, kind of like a spam folder. It's one chat where when you're not trying to have a serious conversation, it can kind of just blow by and you're not really gonna miss much.
I don't know if I
really
want
care about
a spam segment.
I mean, that's kind of what Kappa is.
Kappa is just a place to post like memes, stuff like that, and some people react to them on Kappa chat, which we don't delete that. And then if you want to go and have a conversation about the camel who had a dog head, so in general, It just seems like kind of just don't want to use general chat to have conversations. It seems like what
It's not like that. It's like when you're not posting in general chat to have a conversation. Like some people go in there and just say random stuff, but the whole point of the off topic was to merge together Kappa and food porn so that, you know, it was kind of like a random chat.
sounds like so you guys want a
could...
place to post pictures that
No,
are
not
trolly.
just that.
General
I mean,
chat is
wouldn't it
everything.
be,
Literally, is a chat room. General chat is just a chat room. Everyone says hello to each other, what they're doing, this type of thing. Kappa chat is used for anything that's completely random. Selfies, yeah, I know it's a bit often. There's memes that go in there, random messages. They just post anything they feel like. But if
You
they
can
post
even-
it into the actual general chat, it feels like it's off-putting and no one wants to read it.
So maybe like a meme chat instead of saying off topic, like meme or picture chat or something.
Even
That would be
getting
the same thing as Kappa though.
So
making an off topic, you could like rid of food porn, Kappa, and music all in one go.
Yeah.
Well, you could
okay.
just merge them and keep the
It
name
literally is
Kappa
everything
chat.
that's not, just random chat that like
So
how's
like
your
just
day and
like
what's
a
everyone up
link
to.
chat then.
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
or
yeah.
we can like
kind of.
add other channels. Like we can add a suggestion channel. Like we can get rid of 3 and 1 and merge it into one so that we can get so that we can add a channel. That was like the whole point of the whole conversation. What Aaron said
Okay.
was we were trying
I
to
get
add
it.
something.
That's a good idea. Okay, so we'll merge those, but I will go ahead and mention no selfies.
Yeah.
We are still gonna maintain, like heavy rules channel like that where people might get out stuff. Not a place that, and any conversations would still need to be reserved for general chat room. That's what general chat room is for. An off-topic channel could be stuff for like, hey, dude, check out this song, or things that would congest general chat room otherwise. But like, for instance, let's say we were playing a game and I need to post a link to the game that we're about to play, to a website or something like that. But general chat obviously isn't for that. So yeah, an off-topic channel. I can definitely see. And we'll also have Kappa and stuff like that on there, main links and stuff. But for moderators, staff, if you guys could keep an eye on that channel, let's kind of create what that channel is going to encompass and stuff like that, so that it doesn't get out of hand and it doesn't turn into just a place for people to spam, because spamming is still not allowed in any chat room whatsoever.
So I wanted to ask as well. I know to keep structure wise, I'm sure you guys have a certain amount of moderators set, yada yada yada. I know that some people are going to be more active and more vocal in communities. It's just natural. But with that being said, like, do you guys do as a staff or as a whole for the community to promote new moderators? Do you guys go over that? Like, are you guys always like monitoring what you need, and as the community grows, you're going to get more moderators to be able to help moderate this, because there's only so much a small handful of people can accomplish when you're growing into 100, 200, 300 plus people.
Yeah, that's actually a good question, and I actually do have a segment where I'm addressing certain community just a bit discussions. Else before.
I think it might be a good idea to make even for just the meetings when we have it on.
Cut off.
He accidentally left.
It might have been his net.
I accidentally hit control and then the channel and opened a new thing. It might be a good idea to make a meeting room chat, because especially when we get bigger, there might be people that are just in here like just talking in general chat, and they're not gonna have any idea what the people like typing when in the meeting are talking about. It's gonna be confusing.
The thing is, like with meetings, these are community events, and I do hold them to a high standard. So if somebody's here during the meetings and they don't want to participate, like they just want to go do their own thing, they're probably not that good. I mean, once we get big, these meetings are probably to be held in something like that. But I don't want, like I said, I want to be very, very wary of how many text channels we have. The less, the better. Right now, I think there's too many. So I think leaving general chat for something.
I wasn't saying just like leave it there all the time. Just like maybe like when the meeting happens, like create a meeting chat room and then just delete it, because I know like
that's a good
when if I'm at work, I'll like scroll through general chat and see what I missed, and then if I just see all this like random meeting stuff.
That's a good idea. I don't think I'm gonna do it for the yet. Maybe in the future that'll be a good idea. But now,
I only see it being an issue when we get bigger. I mean, some
yeah.
people might not want to join in on the meetings.
Can still do stuff like that for instance, if Dungeons and Dragons that day and people are watching or something like that, we can hit that up there. So it'll work for other things. So if you are going to be holding an event or something to utilize Discord and you need your proper text channel for it, you can contact staff members. But yeah, I like that idea. Good.
Can we define channel hopping, please? By what's if there's two groups used, for example, and then there's me jumping between them because there's two separate groups, two different games, and I'm playing Minecraft solo. And what's
I mean,
to what
like,
extent is that
That's
bad?
okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just like, okay, you're here, and then you're like, okay, I don't want to be here anymore, and you go somewhere else, and then you talk with somebody, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna start. So you jump. That's fine. But I mean, like, if you're just like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with intentions of being annoying or
loud,
or yeah, it's just you can casually, of course, channel hop. It's just we're trying to eliminate people. Just there's people that literally go in and they jump into the channel like hi, like hey, and they're like bye, and then they leave and go to another channel.
Daenerys said intention matters, and I agree because honestly, I go from one channel to the other trying to group people together, or I might just switch to converse with others. But if I'm coming in and out to like several different channels and I'm just being completely obnoxious and interrupting the conversation in every channel, that's overdoing it.
It's just be aware of it, you know, if it gets to the point where it could be considered annoying because you've gone back and forth like 4 times already, then just leave that channel alone. You know, if you're that indecisive that you need to like hop back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, or at least mention it to people and apologize. But hey guys, I'm sorry I've hopped in here so many times because people do hear a doo-doo-doo when you jump in and when you leave. So it's like, just be aware of the people that are there. Make sure they understand you don't have bad intention or something like that. If I were to channel hop like that out of indecisiveness, I would just say, hey guys, I apologize for all that channel hopping. I just couldn't decide where I wanted to be. I'm going to chill here or I'm going to chill there. And I think most people in that situation would be like, oh, dude, it's cool. It's fine. You know, they're not going to think anything bad of it since you came out about it, kind of thing.
Okay, let's go on to another one. For example, a group of 5 League of Legends people coming in. They've all got the exact same name style. For example, take mine, UKTS, and they've all got last names. Wouldn't that be considered a clan?
It depends on what your intention is.
Well, it's just their names. It's their identity.
If a clan was invited into Jibnet, they would need to be partnered for Jibnet for them to be able to function as a clan within.
It's not a clan. They're not proposing to be a clan. It's just their identity. Like if you look on their Twitters, they've all got, UKTS, for example. There's like say 5 of them, and that's their identity. That's still considered a clan. But
the thing is, let's say we have a League of Legends group already under a certain leader. If they come in here and they have their own segment, they could potentially start recruiting for their own cause and kind of demean the person who is currently leading the League of Legends community here. Because of that, it wouldn't be allowed. No. They would have to have some kind of like previous interaction that allowed them to all come in at the same time. Also, a lot of people who have stuff like that are either part of a business or part of something that requires or needs people. If I come in with if a bunch of people came in with a clan tag from a guild on an MMO, obviously they want more people there. So yeah, they're not advertising technically, but it's there, and people are going to notice it's there. People are going to ask about it, and people see. If an entire group of people were to come from a certain gaming community to us, then there would definitely need to be some kind of a previous conversation or engagement talking about it. But yeah,
I actually agree with that because if people come in with like a group name of sorts, I could. There's some gray area there because it's like, are they trying to like keep people out of the loop or something, or are they trying to, like you said, advertise like a League of Legends group or something? That might actually be a thing because League is actually pretty big. It's a competitive game. If people came in trying to grab people from our community, I would want them to speak to us about that directly.
The thing is, we already have our systems. We already have our people. We have everything to actually succeed. So If we need the help, if we want to partner up with somebody to do something like that, that's completely understandable. But other than that, there's no need. You know, like if you're already repping a different community or a different group, then why are you in Gnet kind of thing? You know, this is mainly for people who are looking for a community to be a part of, not for people who already have communities. And I mean, unless it's kind of like a more casual thing, they have their own thing going to the point where they need to be advertising it on their names because that's what it is. It's like advertising it. Um, then yeah, then it wouldn't be allowed. It's just it interrupts systems, it interrupts work, it interrupts hard work. For instance, a streamer came in with his Twitch channel as his name, www.twitch.tv/something. He's a really cool guy, and he didn't have the intention of advertising. He does that because he has his own Discord. But we have streamers who work with Jibnet closely, and they deserve to have traffic pushed out to them because they are part of Jibnet. Why would somebody who has no affiliation with Jibnet whatsoever be able to get Jibnet members for their cause and stuff like that? It's a conflict of interest.
There's something I want to say about that, but I just my mind isn't sorting it out.
Let's just leave it at when something's gray, when something's
I'm
kind
gonna
of
put that
gray
on rain
area.
check.
Yeah, let's just leave it at like when something's kind of like a gray area. It's most likely going to be a no.
One thing I kind of do want to touch on though, in that aspect, is that I think you're kind of getting a little bit too sidetracked on what community actually means versus because it sounds like you want Jibnet to be a community, but you're almost treating it like a guild of some sort. Like a community is a community of people, regardless of what their background is. They could be
Yeah.
a part of 8 different guilds. They could be talking to people and be a part of something all their life. But a community is a group of people that get together that share the same interest, right?
Yes.
So I think that having someone who may have a different guild tag from something else that they do, but even if they have that in their name, they're still here because they want to be part of this community, not because they want to play a specific game with somebody, but because they want to be here to represent and help this particular community grow.
Definitely. And that's why we have partnership. That's why if there's a guild that wants to be a part of Jibnet, I've always told people we can have multiple guilds as part of Jibnet. We can have multiple teams, but contact one of us so that like a staff member so that we can get that in detail and then we work together. So if you're a guild, obviously you recruit people. They're going to be coming through the Discord. They're going to, be under your guild and stuff like that. And we want to push members to help you out as well. We want to push members to part of your guild because you're creating content for Jibnet and that's awesome. But that's why we have like the whole partnership. It's just better, in my opinion, to be aware of these things because large gatherings of people that aren't in any way, shape, or form that like they might have their head somewhere else, and if they gather a lot of influence within the community, I've personally seen stuff like that go really bad, and end up with majority of members kind of leaving. It's a difficult thing to gauge because at that point it does become more business oriented, but do provide a very simple, very easy way for you to link up with us. If you run any kind of guild in any place and you come and talk to me about it and you're like, yo dude, I run this guild, we love Jibnet, we want to be a part of it, can we come in there? Yeah, dude, of course. As far as the clan tags go, that's difficult to gauge because I don't want to promote segregation. I don't want to promote, oh, we're different than everyone else. We're a community together. It's not like, oh, that's them. They do their own thing. They don't talk to anyone whatsoever. By that very definition of community, it's not a good thing. If they come in here with the idea that we're not going to talk to anyone who doesn't have this tag, then it's like you don't need the tag if you want to be part of the community. Exactly.
Yeah.
But isn't guild the same as a clan?
A guild is 100%, but they don't have it like written out there. Like people who play Minecraft don't have I only play Minecraft. People who are playing BDO don't have in parentheses BDO or anything like that.
But just because they're in a clan or a guild doesn't mean they're not going to talk to people and circle themselves out as a group and not spread themselves out and talk to other people.
I think I have an example of this, why it becomes a problem.
Speak it.
I'm part of I'm part of several gaming groups, and one of them is for Napoleonic Wars of Warband. And there are a lot of groups that like to do line battles, which is people gather up and all play together on the weekend or something. And there's a couple of team speaks we use for organizing it or playing in between and stuff like that. General chatting, all that. The only problem with that is everybody always has their group tagging on when they go in. And we have some channels that have people mixed, but every single time I would go in there to try to find an actual group to play with, like about roughly, I'd say 75 to 80% of the people would be in channels that were predominantly their own clan because they just kind of ended up gathering with the people they knew because they want to play and have fun, and it's honestly it is quicker and easier when you already have people there you know.
Exactly.
So with the clan tags, it kind of gets,
It's
as they
intimidating
were
for new
saying,
people coming in.
And it's not just that.
yeah.
It's a huge gray area. Like I don't. Is my mic cutting out or can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah,
have
kind
been
of.
hearing
You
you
keep
I could hear you.
cutting out here and there.
I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so it's a huge gray area. There is no way. Okay, if you have a clan, if you have something that you are repping like very dedicatedly, then you have a lot of pride for that, and you have a lot of intention of helping that grow. And we're doing the same with Jibnet. We have a lot of pride for Jibnet, and we want to help Jibnet grow. We're not going to go, for instance, into somebody else's community with Jibnet tags. That's going to literally have the intention of us driving traffic towards Jibnet. So people see Jibnet and they're like, "Oh, this is Jibnet." It becomes a gray area, and it can initiate problems.
I think it's
100%.
simple. Like, if you're serious about Jibnet and joining Jibnet, it should not be that big of an issue that you're not allowed to have your like tag in your name. Like, just have a normal name. It doesn't. You can tell people, okay, this is a guild I run. You can introduce people to it. But if you're serious about Jibnet, then it shouldn't be that serious.
Yeah, more than
of an
anything,
issue.
Jibnet is a community of gamers, geeks, and online dwellers. It's not a community of gamers, geeks, and freaking clan tag CC5. We're all a collective. We all play together, and one of the big things that we're trying to promote is the absence of segregation. Everybody gets to know everybody, and of course, you're going to be playing more games with the people that you're currently playing games with, but just coming in with the
We're one
intention
community.
of only like, oh, this is the only game I'm going to play. I'm only going to socialize with people game kind of thing, or even kind of like putting that out there as a suggestion. It becomes kind of like an intimidating thing, and it's not that we think that everyone who has a clan tag is what's it called? It has bad intention. Most people probably won't, but it's a huge image thing, and it can create conflict, and that's the main thing that we're trying to avoid. For instance, with you, with the whole Tanisha and Crazy had clan tags and stuff. All three of you had UKTS, which I still till today don't know what the heck that means. I have no idea what the hell UKTS is. But Crazy's a moderator for Jibnet. You're a leader for Jibnet.
UKTS.
Yeah, you're a leader for Jibnet.
You can't touch this.
So why are you? So why are you like? Why would you guys want to segregate yourself as something different? Like, wear what you have if you're playing a lead role in the community, for the community, not for something that has nothing to do with the community whatsoever. If we were going to allow clan tags within the community, there would be clan tags that would serve as a means to say, okay, these people are in this guild, these people are in that guild, these people are over here, just to organize because we have so many. The thing is, right now, we don't have hundreds and hundreds of players, so the need to kind of organize isn't really there. Everybody kind of knows everybody for the most part. And especially since it says what game you're playing on the right, there's no need to tell people what game you play either. So it's kind of like it can create conflict, it can create segregation, it can create a sense of pride. Obviously, you're very close to Tanisha and to Crazy. You mentioned them both to me as examples for moving up, right? And that already kind of like serves as a showmanship. You're like, hey, these people are doing really good, Tanisha and Crazy. They should both be moved up in position or something like that. That already shows a type of favor of you for them. And the fact that they had the same exact clan tag that you had shows that, or at least it looks like you're trying to move everything in the interest of people who are in your same clan. That can be literally taken bad by anyone who sees it like that. So it's a huge gray area, and it will create conflict from time to time. So it's better to just say, hey, no clan tags, don't advertise things.
That's fair enough, but I told you right then there it was spur moment thing and it was a joke and it was going to be very temporary, and I told you that straight away. It was no kind of clan thing at all. Just because I have UKTS in my name doesn't mean I'm a clan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing now. It's just my signature, it's my identity, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah. The reason I mentioned it is because there were people who had problems with it. I heard.
Yeah, but that wasn't any of what you just said. That was nearly just joke.
Yeah, no. I'm
was
saying
just
whenever
we being.
I know, I understand that. Whenever
We're not singling you out. We're not
nobody's singling you out, Tanisha. What I'm saying is, whenever I asked you guys to remove it, there were people who had a problem with it. And that's why we're mentioning it, is because people had a problem with it, and people need to understand the intention behind it. That it's not us telling you that you can't do this, that you can't do that. It's just us trying to keep the best interest of the majority of people. There are already people who feel like they can't talk to certain people because they feel like they're not welcome, or they feel like they're not part of that group, and it's going to end up being like a high school with cliques and shit. And that's what we're trying to avoid.
Right, but you're saying just then that it seemed like I was coming across as biased because I mentioned Crazy and Tanisha as being two valuable assets of something.
I had no clue what UKTS. None of you had talked to me about it. I just I read that letter, and I noticed that you mentioned Tanisha and Crazy, and I even told you when I first read it, wow, that's a really good idea. Yeah, they're both putting a lot into it. And then when I saw earlier, I saw that they were both under the UKTS tag, and I was like, that's weird. And I came to you right then and there. I came to you right then and there.
Because they had UKTS, I've lost all credibility because they had UKTS in the name. Is that what it is? That's
not whatsoever. It just looked sketchy. It's like,
that
why?
Was just badly timed.
It was really badly timed, exactly.
It's just another example of why the clan tag is a bad idea, because of the way it comes off.
Yeah,
it raises
I didn't
assumptions.
think it was.
And we're speaking about it in general because it's an issue that may come up in the future, or will come up in the future. It wasn't like a serious issue now, but it will be. That's why we're bringing it up.
Obviously, there's a lot of drama here, right now because of it, and this is the exact reason why. Don't want people furthering intentions based on groups. Oh, this is my group of people. There's a lot of people besides just Tanisha and Crazy that put a lot of work into Jibnet. So the fact that you only mentioned them is offsetting. So it's like whenever I already see like a huge group of people that would do a really good freaking job, and you only mention two, and those two people happen to have the same clan tag that you have, it's like you as a leader, you have a lot of pull with your words, and I'm going to trust a lot of the things you say. So it's like, wait a second, it makes me kind of question it. And not just me, it would make anybody question it at that moment. Just like, okay, so he just knows them.
But they're the people I saw at the time and that I knew were doing things. I mean, raise your hand in chat if you think my opinion is completely wrong and Crazy and Tanisha don't deserve any.
Okay, you're being dramatic, Liam. You're being dramatic. I never once said that Crazy or Tanisha didn't deserve it. In fact, when you first brought it up to me, I told you that that was a good idea. I actually moved Crazy into guild leadership position, which you're going to see me mention here in a little bit. Because your suggestion was solid. I think you're trying to play the victim here. I never once tried to single you out or anything like that. I'm just mentioning that clan tags.
I don't want to interrupt, and I'm very sorry to you. But I feel like it's not a conversation for the meeting.
You feel what?
I feel like this is not a conversation for the meeting.
No,
I know you're trying to make an example of that this is why you don't have clan tags, but this whole situation in the first place was just a joke. It was never meant as anything, and I feel like we should move on.
This is an issue that we need to address.
This is something people need to understand, because if we end this right now, Liam's going to still be upset about it, and whoever else is still upset about it is going to be upset.
But I'm not upset. Why are you using the word upset? But the point is, you came to me afterwards when you held this whole UKTS thing and said that because of the UKTS thing, you felt that it might not have been true, that they shouldn't have the ranks. And that's what you said. I'm just repeating.
I never said that. That
it
might not have been true.
That's what I'm repeating.
I never said that it might not have been true, Liam. I said that it was sketchy. Like I said, I already moved Crazy into the position. I initially told you, I have concerns, and this is what I hate about the he said, she said. I know exactly what I said when I talked to you. I know exactly how I came up to you. I know that I told you and I explained it to you, and I was very articulate with the way that I explained it to you, and I tried to step over toes so that I didn't hurt anyone's feelings because it wasn't meant to be anything intentional. I just was trying to tell you what it might look like to other people. and why it looks bad in a leadership position to single people out under a group that you've created, and kind of like use stuff to further that. It
How
just
is that
looks
singling
bad.
people out? Transparency. All I'm saying is I've noticed 2 people that did a good job, and I've recognised that, and I've given it. That's what you wanted. I did a post together, and now it's like, oh Jesus Christ, I shouldn't even written a post at all. Recognising 2 people's achievements.
Okay, look,
You
I'm not
single
trying to
people out
upset you,
with
Liam.
your
You're getting
achievements on
upset.
yours, so-
I
That's
never
overstating the
once, yeah,
matter.
I
No,
never
no,
once
I'm
singled
not
you out.
upset.
Hold on. I told you initially that there were good ideas, and I still think there are good ideas. Tanisha and Crazy are both very dedicated members to the community, 100%. The clan tag looked bad. The message that you sent me didn't mention any of the other people that could have been in the position. Though I still really, really enjoyed that you did take the time to tell me, hey, look, these people are doing good. That's what I want to hear from staff members and people like that in general. The problem wasn't that you said any of that. The problem was that there was a clan tag, and it could look like there was a form of bias within that to other people. As I've already mentioned like 10 times, I took your suggestion for Crazy, and I'm actually mentioning something about moderators in a little bit, which is the reason why Tanisha or nobody else has been modded other than Crazy. I don't think your claims were bad. I think they were very legitimate, but the clan tags can look bad in a situation like that. I'm not trying to single you out. I'm not trying to like point fingers or anything like that. The clan tags are, we have a rule for that. I think we've already mentioned and kind of gone over all of that. But as far as everything goes, like, this is not drama. This is not me trying to start drama or anything like that. It's just when it comes to our leaders being parts of groups, and kind of like grabbing other members and putting them in a part of group, it becomes difficult to really gauge, like
So
what people are saying. Go ahead, Chance.
I kind of want to bring up what this sounds like to everybody else in the channel. It sounds like 2 parents arguing with each other right now. And most time, good parents will take it aside and leave it as to a constructive point so they can talk upon that between each other. I really think
It's
that we
not
need.
a personal issue though.
It's not a personal
But
issue
it-
at all, though. That's the thing. It's like, if this goes off, I guarantee you, me and Liam aren't going to talk about it, and then people are going to start talking about it in between each other, and it's going to be a whole issue. So I think it's better to get it situated here where everyone understands and kind of leave it off on a good note.
Right. We're a community and we need to deal with things as
Yeah.
a community.
But what I'm trying to say though is that it's become less constructive now.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
more to a he said, she said. So
Exactly.
if we're going to have conversations like this, that they need to be always constructive and move forward, right?
Definitely, I agree 100%. It should be more constructive than this is what you said. This is. All right, let's just leave it at this, Liam. And if you disagree, please, like, if you don't like what we're doing, if you don't like our rules, if you don't like what we as a community come up with, which honestly, does anybody else other than Liam have a problem with no clan tax? Does anyone else have anything to add to that before we move? Does anybody not understand or not like it? Speak up. I think people kind of understand the whole no clan tag thing. I think they kind of like get that it's just a gray area. We're not saying that anyone's bad or good. And whether clan tags will be available in the future or something like that, or it's up to how things happen. But the whole point of no clan tags is to not have that form of segregation, plain and simple. I don't want to argue or anything like that. Let's just leave it at that. And if you don't like that, if you think that's stupid or whatever, then we can talk about it separately and figure out what we're going to do from there. Does anyone else have anything to add, State, or does anyone want to say anything about that? Yeah, there shouldn't be subgroups of people, exactly. Does anyone else have anything to add about this? Anything good, positive, negative, anything like that before we move on?
I think I'm ready to move on.
I just wanted to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I just want like people to understand that we're not trying to make this a personal issue between people. It's just something that had come up and could potentially come up in the future, so we're addressing it now. We weren't trying to target anybody, so like it wasn't you know, there's no need to get defensive. We're not trying to like single anyone out. Even when we were talking about the annoying thing, like people were trying to call out names and stuff like that. We're not trying to target any one specific person because there are a lot of people here.
Yeah, our intention isn't. Our intention is the better of Jibnet. It's not the singling out of specific people, pointing fingers. So yeah.
Exactly, and that's where, and I agree with that. But you have to also remember how intentions mean, and there's also a difference of how you say something is also how people perceive something.
Definitely.
That's right.
I'm not saying that anything had poor intentions, but in the essence of continuing a meeting so that people here who may have valuable time to go to other things but don't want to miss anything, these kind of conversations can be had where the subject was touched on, and anybody who may have questions can have means of contacting the people they may have questions about to be able to about that topic. But you know, you guys are very professional. I even like the Google Hangouts kind of thing. So it's now time to keep it more professional and keep it moving forward.
Yeah, and as
They
stated
turn
before,
into people trying to defend themselves.
Exactly, as stated before, there's gonna be drama. So the whole thing is weeding it out early. As far as people with valuable time, these meetings do tend to take anywhere from 30 minutes up to 2 hours, depending on the day. But we do record them and we do upload them to YouTube. So if you have to go and you can't be here for a certain segment of it, you can always go back to YouTube and tune into whatever segments you didn't have. I don't want to rush the meeting on the count of one person who has to, walk the dog or something like that. So I do want to state that, but I completely agree. Let's keep it professional. Let's try and keep our tones down to a good level. And on the complete off topic of clan tags, we're still in feedback. Does anyone else have any feedback that doesn't relate to clan tags for the current moment?
In general, I would like to say that if we bring something up, I don't think that we should mention names. I think we should just talk about the general conversation or the general issue.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, most definitely.
You told me to bring up.
What's up? GS.
I think someone's mic just cut off.
Oh. You told me to bring up Town of Salem Nights.
Okay, so who here plays Town of Salem?
Me.
I play it sometimes. Yeah.
Occasionally.
Cool.
I think there's a good amount of people that do. So having a night dedicated, I don't think this is going to be a streamed event or something crazy like that, since only 15 people can play it at a time. But I am going to be looking for a community leader to kind of have a Town of Salem night once a week. Now, this would entail once a week, not every day of the week kind of thing, since we do try to keep everything kind of varied and stuff like that. So I think Kendra wanted to go ahead and lead something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kendra?
Yep. Yes, I did.
That's
okay,
awesome.
so I'll talk to you, Kendra, after the meeting, and we'll try and get set up for you to start hosting Town of Salem.
Awesome.
Specific
Thank you.
specific time. Jake, I think you were about to say something.
Did you read my message about the clan tags?
We're done with
That's
clan
true.
tags.
It's true, but yeah, let's go ahead and move on. I think everyone kind of understands why we don't want clan tags in the community. Everyone kind of gets it. Any other suggestions, comments, questions, concerns?
I guess we're ready for the next topic.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. So there's a few new positions that are going to be appointed. One of them is Gilly RB as an official streamer / leader for Jibnet. Now, this is something that I did want you guys is.
So you just cut out really hard.
Yeah, you cut out a lot.
Sorry.
Repeat that, please.
You hear me now? I don't know. It's because I hooked this thing up to my voice. Can you guys hear me good now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one is Gilly 2007 as an official streamer / leader for Jibnet. Now, the thing he's leading is the guild on Clash of Clans. Now, I don't know a lot about Clash of Clans, so is this a valid thing to be leading?
Kinda.
Well, I mean, it's a mobile thing, so.
Isn't it a mobile app?
It is, yeah, it is an app, but I know like some apps are like extremely immersive and they require a lot of time. Like,
That's
Can't
true.
team up on
But
Clash of Clans. It's not really a team-based event, really. It's more single.
Okay,
Nobody
so
hardly
No, it's
talks in it because I have it, and like
definitely
nobody talks in Clash of Clans, so it's like.
but there's no
I
like
don't know.
events and stuff like that that you could set up
No,
through
not
it.
really.
No, 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 no.
Okay,
It's all random attacks.
so we'll leave
Clan
Gilly
Wars.
as the streamer rank since he is also going to be hosting a few other things. My God, why does this keep cutting out?
There
Yeah.
are like clan wars or something like that in it, I believe.
Yeah, there's wars that you can do and stuff, but I mean, like, it's not like a big thing. Or
Okay.
It's not something you can like team up and coordinate attacks and.
You can.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha. All right, then we'll leave him as a streamer. I will save the leadership position for. Did I just cut out again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on a voice activation?
No, I wasn't on voice. I was on voice activation. I just took it off. Everyone can hear me fine now. There's no cutting off, right?
Okay, so it's on Discord
Yeah.
that it's cutting out.
Yeah, you're good now.
I was about to say I'm not having any issues. I'm listening to you through Hangouts.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just do push to talk then, whatever. Another one is Elge. He is stepping up into BDO leadership. He's going to be leading the guild. Now, I did want to take a bit of a little bit of time to go ahead and say that we are going to be working on a structure. I'm going to be very immersed in BDO probably for a good minute, depending on how the updates and stuff in the future go, of course. I'll obviously be playing a really big role in BDO as well. The reason that I want Elch to lead it, even though I'd be more than capable to do so myself, is because I do want to spread power, I guess, and spread responsibility across different members. That way it is community run, because I really don't like that a lot of people kind of look to me for everything. I understand it's going to be like that for a while, but I do want to take steps. So even though I'm going to be extremely active in BDO, I want Elge to go ahead and lead the guild. And Elge is going to be looking for some officers and stuff, people who could help and stuff like that. For those of you who do play BDO, I do want to mention the importance of guild missions. I know a lot of you don't participate in the guild missions whenever they go up. When endgame happens, which endgame is extremely guild oriented, that's going to be the most important thing. And once the guild content is released, if we don't have the funding for the guild that we can only get through guild missions, we're not going to be able to participate in that content. So I understand leveling is important, but guild missions are just as important. Trust me. So I wanted to announce Crazy as our Guild Wars 2 guild leader. Crazy's been bringing a lot of people onto Guild Wars, and she's been playing it a ton as well. So if you do play Guild Wars 2, get in touch with her. The guild's extremely casual. It's all about just kind of hanging out and stuff like that. But we wouldn't be opposed to having, somebody who's like a second in command that does go more hardcore into raiding or PvP and stuff like that. So if you do play Guild Wars 2, you'll be hitting up Crazy from now on. And also, I'd like to welcome Razma Foof as a new writer for Jibnet. He's already finished his first article. It's about Dark Souls 3. And it's a really good article, really informative. So if you do want to know a lot about Dark Souls 3, or if you just want to kind of be introduced into the Souls series, make sure you stay tuned for that. And I'm just going to go ahead and give a little bit of time. Obviously, Gilly isn't here, but I'm going to give a little bit of time to each of these people to go ahead and introduce themselves and say what's up. Elge, if you'd like to take the floor.
I'm Elge. You guys all know me already. So yeah, I will be taking control of BDO. We will be actively recruiting. We will be kicking low activity though. So if somebody's not, around a lot, they will result in a kick. Requirements: we need to use Discord. So if you're recruiting somebody, get them on Discord. Let's get them talking. Let's see what they're up to. Play with them. Group up with them. And to touch on the guild missions, we need to do guild missions because we need the funding to start getting into a guild house, getting that going, because we can't use a guild bank until we get a guild house. That's all.
Awesome. Welcome, LJ. Yay.
Yay.
Crazy. You're.
Hi. I'm Crazy, and since the Guild of Guild Wars isn't that active anymore, we're gonna try to bring it back. Since Soul stopped playing a lot, no members are playing, and so I'm hoping to get everybody who likes to play in it. And if you need an invite, just ask me.
Yeah, I definitely am glad that Elch is taking a leadership position on it because he's always been somebody I could count on. He's always answered my questions.
We have plans to kick you
Elch.
from.
Liar.
Cool. And
Couldn't
finally,
pass that one on me.
Raz, if you go ahead.
You're talking, but nothing's coming out.
Unmute your mic.
Unmute your mic.
Can't hear you. I can introduce you,
can,
Raz, if you'd like. Just type in chat if you just can't get it.
Is it working now?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't talked on Discord much, so I had my settings wrong for it to work. Anyway, a lot of people probably haven't seen my name much because I kind of just lurk on Discord and in all the chats a lot. So sorry if you don't know me. As for writing, I'm going to write about a lot of things, whether it be games, anime, TV shows, books, a lot of tech stuff. And I'd like to point out that if anyone has anything they think might be a good article, feel free to send me a message on Discord or on Twitter, and I'll make sure to get a hold of them in a reply and check out anything you have for an idea. Because I'd love to see what everyone in the community is interested in, and I'd be happy to write about anything that I think I can.
Nice.
Can you write about nanofiction?
Can you say that again?
It was a joke. Ignore him.
Yeah, ignore me.
Anyway, yeah, so those people will be introduced. I do want to mention that Raz has been with the community for quite some time, since I started playing Dark Souls 1, to be exact, if you didn't. Actually, I think before that, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been with us for a very long time. So if a lot of you don't know him, you will. He's a phenomenal writer, very informative, very opinionated, but he definitely does take pride in the things that he writes about. So I'm really excited for you guys to see some of his articles and stuff. All right, cool. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
So now we're going to be talking about upcoming events and new systems. This is a new little segment that I have, the new systems part at least. First of all, I want to go ahead and mention, and this is going to be a discussion, so if you want to mention anything about any of these things, we'll be able to at the end. So the first thing that's going to come up is the 300-hour live stream. The 300-hour live stream serves a few purposes. One, it serves a follow-up to the 100-hour live stream that went so well. And it's also going to be kind of like a raising goal. We are going to be raising donations, and these donations are going to go to two things. One, they're going to go towards the building of a few offices that we're currently working on setting up to be able to stream more and actually shoot professional-looking YouTube videos. And two, we're going to be putting 20%. And I know this isn't something I discussed with the leaders and moderators, so this is why this is a discussion. But we're going to be putting 20% of all donations towards a charity that we will all choose as a community. Sorry. So I think that's going to be, I just kind of always want to keep us giving back, you know. If we're gaining anything, I want to put a little bit of it back out. So that's kind of like what the 300-hour stream is going to be like. We're going to be streaming tons of games, of course. And I'm actually working right now towards getting, we already have a good bit of money from the 100-hour stream, but we're working on getting a little bit more together to be able to go ahead and get a Wii U for a reason that I will state in just a bit. The next thing is Gilly's Jibnet pixel art stream. He's going to be building the Jib, over 10,000 blocks on Minecraft. He's really good at it. It's crazy. So if you are going to be available, please make sure to attend the stream. Leave it up at the very least. Let's show, this is the first streamer that's actually come out with an event. So I do want to make sure we show them as much support so people understand how the community works alongside streamers. Likewise, Gilly's going to be hosting the Jibnet Jackbox Party Nights. These are actually going to be hosted from the Jibnet channel through StreamKey for the people who want to host it that day, meaning that Gilly won't be the only person to host it. If he's not available one week, I could host it, somebody else could host it, or one of you guys could host it from your house, assuming you have good quality and can cater to the rules that we have for streaming in the Jibnet channel. The next thing is Fight Night Fridays. This is the reason we're getting the Wii U. It's mainly for Super Smash Brothers. We're also going to have like Tekken, I think Marvel vs. Capcom. We're going to have we're going to have Mortal Kombat. I don't think we're going to have Tekken, actually. I know we're going to have Mortal Kombat. We are We are going to have Street Fighter. It's just a bunch of different fighting games that we're going to do on Fridays. Stay tuned for the date that this is actually going to launch, but it's going to be a good couch stream. Me, Yamil, hopefully OG Rice Case if he can come out, Morningstar, all of the people that are here in Wilmington with me will be participating in this, and you guys will be able to jump in and do matches with us and stuff as well. I am trying to think of some incentives for it, like whether there's something we could win, you know, like something that happens if you win or something that happens if you lose. That would be funny to watch. If you guys have any ideas, please contact me off meeting or something, unless you just have something right off the bat now because you're some kind of idea genius.
Or all Splatoon, yeah.
But yeah, Fight Night Friday should be really fun. But I was talking more along. It's my dad. Okay. So yeah, I was talking more about like in terms of like incentive for us to win or incentives for us to compete, or maybe even incentive for you guys to compete, whether we might have like a prize pool or something. I don't know if you have ideas. You know, the next system that I guess we have is the staff channel. Now the staff channel is only accessible to leaders, moderators, staff members, and streamers, and it serves kind of like as a place for me to post things. For instance, the Google Hangouts link that only these people are allowed to be in. That makes it easy to just post that. Everyone can see it, and everybody can just jump straight on, and we don't have to worry about people trolling and stuff like that. It's just a place for us to talk about things that we wouldn't want to post generally in general chat room. I don't want you guys to think that this is the place where we go to talk crap about you or something like that. Unless it's Yamil, which he got banned from the channel because I don't want him to see it. But it's just a place for us to kind of like be able to talk about things that are unrelated, that don't have a ton of traffic there. So for instance, we did D&D last night, and I wanted to make sure people knew that that you weren't going to be able to talk in that channel if you jumped in, but you could jump in to come spectate if you wanted to, and that way people like all staff members that were aware of that event were able to go ahead and tell people that if they asked in general chat room yesterday. The next thing, Discord moderator applications. This is something I talked about before. We need more moderators. I'm looking at wanting about 5, which we only have 1 at the current moment. So let's go ahead and get the email spammed in chat room for a minute. And it's the jibnet@gmail.com. If you do want to submit a Discord moderator application, a Discord moderator essentially just keeps everything on Discord clean. For instance, if somebody's posting bad things, if somebody's like acting up, if somebody's like being an idiot, or if somebody left their mic unmuted and they're off and you can hear him arguing with his mom, any of that kind of stuff, moderators help with that. And they're also people you can go to for various things. So I do want to get about 4 more since we only have 1 at the current moment. The next thing is something that I talked with a very intelligent guy that I met. I don't believe he's here, but he is extremely smart, very business savvy and stuff. And with him, I talked about archives. And one thing that I'm going to start doing is archiving all of our events, all of our meetings, any suggestions you guys have, literally just archiving everything that happens on a day-to-day basis. That way we have documentation to support any claims, or to just kind of use this comparison for how things could have gone good and how things could have gone bad. Extremely good content for meetings, extremely good content for arguments, extremely good content for anything that could come up. So basically, I'm going to be recording you guys all. No, I'm kidding. But with this is going to come an idea submission template. Did anyone post the email? Thank you, Melissa. I see it. Okay. This is going to come with an idea submission template. So I'm actually going to have a template with your name. It's going to be very, very well put together. And we'll have actually a link to the Google Docs that this will be located on the Welcome to Jibnet channel down where you see our social media. So if you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions, you're going to be able to submit them via a template. That way it's nice, organized. It can tell me all the information that we need to know. And that's what the idea submission template is going to work. So if you want to tell me, hey, dude, I think this is going to be a good idea, be able to submit the template instead. Likewise, we're going to have an events template, which I'm going to spread among all of the leaders, and we're going to have it up publicly if people understand. This template is just going to kind of guideline how we host events and stuff like that, so that you know what needs to go on Twitter, what needs to go on Facebook, what needs to go on Discord, and at what times, how we kind of work around events to have the most productive marketing campaign possible towards an event. and how to get everyone hyped for it and stuff. It's just going to guideline everything. So if you do want to host our event or if you do want to plan something, you can actually look through the event template and see exactly what we look for in events, period. That would make you more credible if you do want to, if you're just a normal member and you're like, yo, dude, I have this good idea. You have a good way to submit it to us. Weekly duties. This is more for my staff, moderators, everyone. Something that I've been getting literally confronted about a lot is, yo, I don't feel like I'm doing enough for Jibnet. What can I do? What can I do? Up until this point, I've been just telling people, look, whatever you can think of is fine. I've been kind of trying to construct a place where you guys make it up just as much as I make it up. But that's not working too well at the current moment. I feel like I might need to get you more immersed on all of the background things that are going on at the current moment. So I'm going to start delegating the little things that I do on a daily basis to you guys so that you guys can get your hands on things that I would normally do. And so that you guys do feel like you're playing a bigger role, you guys understand it a bit more. And hopefully that'll kind of get you more into the ideology of creating and coming up with new content and stuff like that. So, so weekly duties. And I did want to mention the strong BDO and GW2 structure, forums, leadership, community, all things that are important. I do want to set up a segment where I do talk to all of the guild leaders within the community and kind of like brief them on how to run a successful guild and kind of get a template possibly together for guild building for people in the future who want to build guilds. Guidelining, just like the events template would, guidelining everything that you need to do to be able to be a strong leader in a gaming community or in a guild. With that being said, any comments, questions, concerns about any of this stuff, go ahead and shoot them at me.
Liver had asked if there was an age limit on mods.
Be mature.
Are we just gonna go with maturity? Yeah.
Maturity is definitely important, and the way that you interact is very important. I prefer age limits just because of my past experience with things. It's nothing that's like prejudice or any way, shape, or form towards a younger person. It's just I've worked with people who are older and I've worked with people who are younger. And a lot of the times it always ends up falling through, or it's really hard to rely on somebody who isn't established in their own life yet, because they have to cater to their parents, their siblings, and they're always doing things, and they don't have a ton of organizational I don't know the word, but essentially it's just harder from my experience. But if you've proven yourself like above and beyond, and I mean like really proven yourself to be something crazy, it could definitely be talked about. For the general part of it, I do try to keep it 18 plus, as moderators will be dealing with both people who are 14 years old and people who are 40 years old. So if you're like 13 and you're like, yeah, I want to be a moderator, it might not work that well if you're not serious, if you're not a person that's taken seriously, if that makes sense. So you can submit an application and just know that I'm going to be completely honest with you about it. I wasn't saying you were 14, Leo.
Also, I want to say, like, not that I have any issues with any of the guild leaders or anything, but I do feel like before we appoint somebody that position, that like all of the staff and stuff needs to talk about it.
Most definitely, I agree. Should be more of a note. I didn't think anyone would have a problem with Elge, and the reason I appointed Crazy is because there's nobody else that plays Guild Wars 2. And the guild
I don't have a problem with it. I was just saying, like, in general.
Right.
I don't like Elge. I feel like I need to get this off my chest.
I feel like Elge has a personal agenda. He's using the community to further Canadian interests. So
I think it's secretly a terroristic attack.
Right, now we got the CSI listening to us. Thanks a lot.
Cool. Any other questions, comments, concerns about anything that's on the screen right now, or anything new? Go ahead and finish off the meeting.
I wanted to touch back up on the like welcoming people, because I noticed that like
I'm
after
about
a
to touch
while...
up on that after this.
Okay, never mind. We're good then.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anyone? Good. On. All right, moving on.
I have a question. about when we welcomed everyone. I see how, leaders and moderators have specific sections on who's
Right.
online on the Discord. Will people like myself who are writers or other roles that happen to be brought up to Jibnet, will they be given things on the side as well? So, as I said, anyone can contact me to give me an idea for something to write about, and that would make it easier to contact someone in a role.
Right. As stated earlier in the meeting, I don't think you were this part, but I am thinking about changing the streamers role to content creators. That way, anybody who falls under content creation for Jibnet can be there and be very noticeable. Any thoughts, comments, concerns on that?
Sounds a good idea.
The only thing that I could see a problem, just to play devil's advocate to my own idea, is, like a streamer feeling undermined or something, like let's say somebody does write an article like, once a month or something like that, and they're streaming every day, pulling in a ton of traffic. Maybe they feel like there should be a difference in ranks, or maybe a streamer doesn't really feel like a content creator because he streams on his own time and he's not creating content for Jibnet. He's streaming and he's partnered with Jibnet. So it's kind of like a gray area. That's why I'm kind of like really interested in hearing what you guys have to say about it.
I think it balances itself out because streamers can post their channel like in general chat and at everyone.
So it is technically content from, yeah, okay.
Right.
I'll talk to the streamers individually since nobody's really saying anything and see what they feel, how they feel about it and stuff. And there, any other comments, questions, concerns?
What's a guild?
Okay, moving on. So, so this week's focus are a few things. One, as always, we need team leaders. We need people who are very versed in a game to run a community for that game. Team leaders literally create all of the gaming content that's available to people on our Discord, and be surprised at how much more traffic a planned and organized event takes rather than just like, hey guys, I'm playing this, come join me. A team leader doesn't necessarily need to have a group. They don't necessarily need to have a guild or something like that. They just need to be in charge of creating weekly content for whatever game that they want. For instance, if you love Rocket League, you're really good at it, and you want to like hold training sessions for Rocket League, and you also want to hold games with people on Rocket League, you want to hold tournaments, all that kind of stuff, then you can start building up the Rocket League community, right? Obviously, every game has its own community as well, and people are welcome to jump in between all of these communities. That's what we want. We want people to play a little bit of everything. So being able to pull in people who play different games makes us more varied, and in turn makes us more attractive to other people who might want to come in and say, oh, well, they're not playing the game that I'm playing. So we need team leaders. If you think that you have what it takes to lead a team, you have what it takes to further. Team leaders are essentially staff members of Jibnet in their own way, as of course are streamers, moderators, and staff who have the name under them. Recruiting new members, that's a very important thing, like talking to your friends, like, hey dude, you should jump on here, come hang out. And on to add to that is using Discord for gaming. I did notice like somebody was using like it was like a bunch of people that were gonna go play League of Legends, and they actually jumped off of Discord and went to some other voice chat. I do want to mention that Discord is actually, it takes less processing power than both TeamSpeak and Ventrilo. That's something that's very vivid advertised on their website and stuff. It's the reason why they're saying it's the future of VoIP and of course Skype, but I don't think I really had to mention Skype in that whole thing. So using Discord is extremely important. If you can be using Discord, please do so. Like I said, if you're playing with a team leader, you're doing something more private, we have team channels that nobody else can join once you're in them. So utilizing those will allow you to play more privately if that's the issue. If you feel like you're more private setting, just get in touch with a staff member, a moderator, anyone like that, and they'll be able to shoot and put you guys into the categories that you need to be able to jump in there. So
don't pull people, like don't come in and ask people if they want to play a game with you and then pull people from the Discord.
definitely. Recruiting streamers. I think I mentioned this a bit earlier. We're looking for a total of 20 streamers, and I think streamers are going to be extremely beneficial to our community in more ways than one. Especially now with Jibnet having their own Twitch channel and us being able to actually give out the stream key and allow them to stream on Jibnet from time to time. Mixing all of our communities together creates a really large melting pot and actually increases our viewer base and the viewer base of any other streamer that joins in Jibnet. Eventually, we do have plans of creating a draft, which should either be like a bi-yearly or a yearly draft where we cycle through 20 streamers, we help them get very popular, and then we cycle through 20 more, consistently kind of keeping that going. So we're giving back to the Twitch community. While also, kind of pushing people through and gaining a little bit of exposure for Jibnet as well. It's a win-win for everyone. This is to touch up on what Melissa said earlier about socializing, welcoming new members, making people feel like we are a community is extremely important. Meaning when somebody comes in and they're like, hey guys, I'm new here, making sure that you welcome them, or if you see somebody that you've never seen before, just saying hello, kind of extending a nice welcome or something like that. I think that is so important. It builds friendships. You never know when you might say hi to somebody and then they end up becoming like one of your closest friends or something like that, just because you went out of your way. I know some people are shy, but the beautiful thing about being online is that you can just type shit and people don't know that you're like secretly like scratching your neck because you're so nervous or something like that. So, and of course it also helps with retention rate. A lot of times people might come in, as we get bigger, we have the issue of just being a number. And, I don't want anyone to feel like that. I think we're a lot more personable than that. A lot of us are extremely close. A lot of us are really good friends, and we're just trying to have a good time. So keeping things very personable and making people feel like they're not just another random person that came into our channel is going to benefit everyone in the long run, especially when it comes to gaming and having people to play games with. And, if you ever have, like, let's say, you get a new job that gives you a ton more time and like, yo, dude, I want to run a guild in this freaking game. It allows you to do that because you're going to have a larger pool. So it's a win-win for everyone, and it just makes the community better overall, in my opinion. And to end it all out is attend the events. It says attend all of our new events. Attend our events is kind of like a more generalized. During the 100 hour, we had literally like close to 50 people that were there like the entire 100 hours. There were people that were just leaving their computers on just to leave a viewer. And that literally brought so many new people in, and with the fact that the chat never slowed down. It was 100 hours of consistent chat. It was insane, and that kind of support, the more people that engage in it, the better. It's gonna help everything out. So attending events, like the whole thing with Gilly that's coming up and stuff, that makes it seem more attractive to streamers, and it also makes people understand that we have targets as a community. Like, we're hitting these targets, and there's a lot of business behind it, and there is. And I know people try to think that, because it's business, it can't be personable or it can't be kind. But we're all very genuine and honest people here, and the whole point of this is to keep everything transparent. I don't want to be doing things behind the scenes without anyone knowing and making these huge decisions without letting anyone say anything about it. So kind of like putting all of this into perspective, I do believe adds a good bit of taste for people to understand that you can alter the way that we do things within Jibnet. So yeah, definitely attending the events is a great way, probably the best way to support Jibnet. Before we end off here, are there any other questions, comments, and concerns before we just completely go ahead and end off the meeting and go our separate ways?
I wanted to nominate like honorary members, like people that I think that definitely deserve it.
Okay, I do want to figure out a way to do that, but I don't want to do that. I'd like to state those names after we've come up with them and get people's thoughts on them rather than just calling, because I don't want you to nominate like 5 people and then there'd be like 3 people here right now that have done way more than those 5 people and then feel like underappreciated or not cared for.
Should we have like a staff meeting type thing?
Most definitely. The honorary members should definitely be initially chosen by staff, and then they can be nominated by normal members and stuff, but overall we'll definitely list them and see what people think. but I do want to have a discussion about what entails an honorary member specifically. Let me kind of get a template of everything that we should be looking for and kind of propose that to you guys, so that everyone can kind of understand this is what an honorary member of Jibnet is. In the future, I do want to get to the point where we're able to just send Jibnet t-shirts to people who are outstanding members of the community, stuff like that. I don't think that would be too expensive to do, so with there being such a low amount of people that put their everything into it, I think that would definitely be possible.
Sorry. I wanted to. Another thing about the suggestion chat that I mentioned, another good thing would be like if people have event ideas, not necessarily people that can like lead it or, you know, put it together, but people that have the idea.
Sorry, repeat that.
Okay, another reason why I wanted to add the suggestion chat was so that people could suggest events. Like you know, anyone like random member, maybe they can't like lead it or put it together, but they have an idea for it and then we can assign it to someone else.
Right. Earlier on in the meeting I mentioned the event suggestion template.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. That's just for documentation purposes. The thing that sucks about people just being like, "Hey, dude, we should hold this." It's like, it's very, you know, fast, undescriptive, and it doesn't really give a lot of substance to the idea. And a lot of the times, if I don't write it down right then and there, then nothing gets done with it. So by creating an event submission template and having them email it to Jibnet, we have a full document of everything that they have an idea for in the order that we wanted, with the information that we want about it. And we're also able to document, or we're also able to archive that to bring up in future meetings, stuff like that. So that's kind of like how suggestions are going to work. It's going to be definitely a more professional mindset. Shance, to answer your question, if you're a team member, that means you belong to a guild or you belong to a certain game under the community and stuff, and that just gives you access to the team channels down below. So let's say you're about to do a raid, because you're obviously a team member for BDO. You guys are about to go like into a PvP fight, right? The BDO fights are literally going to be 40 to 100 members, so we're obviously going to need a channel that's private for stuff like that. Then we would go into the team channel and do so from there.
Last thing I wanted to say about the welcoming thing, I'm sorry, like I spaced out a little bit during that, was not like only welcoming people, but also like trying to start a conversation. Like, cause a lot of times people, you know, everyone welcomes them and that's awesome, but then like nothing else is said.
Yeah, that just goes down definitely with socializing, like making sure that we actually care about new people. You know, like there's some people that are shy, but everyone at one point or another has been new to something, and having somebody there, even if you're an outgoing person, it's so much better to have somebody there to show you the ropes and to be friendly. So that is definitely going to be one of the requirements for people who are honorary members, is people who can do stuff like that. And we'll list that with the next meeting. We'll have a good template for what we're looking for. And then we'll go ahead and promote our first 10 honorary members and kind of move on from there. That way we have a good list, a good amount of ranks spread out across everywhere for people to go. So just do what you do. All staff, be on the lookout for people who are kind of like exemplary, exemplary, I think that's how they say, exemplary members, and just jot it down literally, so that come up the next meeting, maybe Saturday, you guys can get together. I do my presentations. I create them every Saturday. So if you do have anything that you want me to include, or if you have something that you think we should talk about, anything like that, that would need to be submitted to me on Saturday. I'll start messaging at everyone whenever I start working on it. That way, you know what we're doing. But that goes for staff. That goes for everyone.
Cheers.
Awesome. Anything else? Anyone?
I think I don't know. I just look forward to everything developing. I'm glad Elge is the leader here, and I guess I still have yet to meet Captain America or whatnot.
Captain Carolina. Yeah, he's
Captain Carolina.
This is actually his last week in Afghanistan, so he's
Right.
coming back. He's gonna be in Texas for 2 weeks, so he'll be very busy in Texas, and then he's moving down to North Carolina, from which he he'll be able to do his thing. He is a competitive CS:GO player, so hopefully he'll be our first step into the competitive gaming community, which would be great. He's gonna be a team leader for CS:GO. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Soul.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Damn, man, I've been talking to myself this whole time.
I was wondering why you were so quiet.
Are you kidding me?
Aw.
Dude, that was me last night.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yo, you
people
always
are
talk
so
to
mean.
yourself. Don't lie, man.
I never talk to myself.
Yo, that was the Elch. My bad, dude. I'm always picking on you.
All right. With that being said, guys, we'll end the meeting here. Did you need to say anything, Eric, at all?
I totally forgot, man. I've been trying to figure this out this whole time. I'm pretty pissed off right now, but I wrote a few things down, and we could talk about it in a few.
Is there anything that the community should know about or anything like that?
One thing I had, guys, is I liked how in depth we went with the clan tag and everything, but I think like Shane mentioned, a more organized structure and just like spend more time and minutes on the future more than what happened, and then just I don't want to say like forgive each other, but just kind of be the bigger man in a situation like that, just so we could keep the meeting going. And I think today was a great example.
On the topic of forgiveness, also, I do want to that nothing I do is with the intention to hurt anyone, just with Jibnet's best interest in mind. So, if you do get upset about something like that, that's definitely something that we should take into close quarters, as both Eric and Chance said. But I do want to note that Liam Liam is British, so he always sounds angry anyway. So it might have just like be a conversation, but most of mine and Liam's conversations are like that. So I'm sorry if you did think that we were like arguing or going at each other's throats. It's how me and Liam have always communicated and shared ideas. It's the way it is. All right, cool. We'll end it there, guys. Thanks for coming out. This is the third official Jibnet meeting. We'll have another one next Sunday at 2 p.m. in which I will be announcing the date for the 300-hour live stream. God, I'm not looking forward to that live stream, but at the same time, I am. But we are going to be releasing, just as a side note, something I forgot to even list is we are going to be.
wants to say something.
Go ahead, Zena. Crickets.
At least she wanted to say her cat was sleeping.
Just to note, we will be releasing Jibnet t-shirts. It's going to be kind of like a marketing campaign where it's going to be open for a couple of weeks. And this is actually going to carry on into the 300-hour live stream. And whatever amount of money we make off of these t-shirts is going to go into us buying t-shirts for other people. So we're not going to be profiting from the t-shirts at all. Instead, we're going to try and get as many t-shirts to as many Jibnet members as we can. That way you feel cool about it. I am actually looking for all streamers, leaders, moderators, all of you guys. I am looking into getting custom-made Jibnet t-shirts with our names on them. So be on the lookout for that. Should be pretty cool to have that as the first thing to do, especially for streamers and stuff who can wear them and like, yeah, dude, check this out. It says, says my name. And yeah, be on the lookout for those. We don't have all the details on that, but like I said, next meeting, we are always going to have new things to say. We're always going to have new things to discuss. Other than that, very constructive, a huge turnout, over 30 people here. And yeah, guys, have a good one. Be on your way. Do what you got to do. Later.
Awesome.
Bye, so see you later.
Bye.
Well, time to take a shower and get ready for work.
Thank you, everyone.
Felipe, can you hop in a private channel with me quick?
Staff members, everyone, if you guys could go ahead and hop into private staff member streamers, anyone who wants to say something, because a few of you had mentioned talking to me.
Does that mean me too?
Bye, guys.
If you want to.
It was kind of.
Only after I shower, Elge. I'm very, very sensitive about my butt. You can't just touch it.
Well, I'll buy you dinner first.
Oh, okay. Fancy restaurant, like a little bit
McDonald's.
All right, I moved the person to move that.
I'll buy you McDonald's.
McDonald's. All right. Well, I might order like a large. Is that okay?
You can supersize everything.
Oh man, you got it. You could grab both butt cheeks, baby.
What's up, Melissa?
Well, I had needed to talk to you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric.
But I mean, if there was something that like we needed to discuss, then we could do that.
I mean, among leaders and stuff like that, I do honestly feel like most things that you guys should say to me should say them here, away from the members and stuff like that. But within the ship, people, just because I don't want to promote back talking, even if it is something bad.
It's not. It's something very specific that I need to talk to you about. But if there's anything that like we had needed to discuss, like the honorary member thing, then we could do that first.
I'm gonna put that under you, Melissa. I need you to come up with a template on everything that we're gonna be looking for with honorary members. Then I want you to go through every specific team member that's here, like out of the leaders, and ask for advice, ask for input, including myself, of course. And then you're gonna revise it again, send it to me. I'll edit it to make sure that it's extremely presentable, and we'll come up with a way to present it at the next meeting.
Okay.
Also, Elge, I was going to ask you if you could go ahead and come up with a guild template on how to successfully run a guild. Once you do that, once again, run it through everyone and all of the leaders in the community, ask for feedback on it, and then send it to me for editing. And I'll give it back to you so that you can go ahead and take care of posting that. We'll probably post that somewhere on the website.
Can you move Crazy down? She's going to move and I can't move. I just have no permissions.
Said what, Liam?
Can you move Crazy down? She'd like to be here and I don't have permissions.
Can't
so I can't
move.
her. I can't move people. I can't do anything.
No, I can't either.
What? You guys should be able to.
I told you I have literally no permissions.
That's weird. I'll fix that right now.
No. If you look under leaders, it literally has move members checked. You should be able to.
I'm trying to move someone right now and it's not working.
I'd like to just let you guys know that the Jibnet meeting thing is still going, so I can hear you talking on it, Soul.
Oh God, thank you. Thank you, man.
That would have been bad. I mean, not bad, but you know.
Yeah, I heard it and I figured I should let you guys know.
Awesome. Good.